Welcome back to the NovaCare Complex. It's time to go one-on-one with Jake Elliott, presented by our friends at Bob's Discount Furniture. Now, let's zero in on the Lions.
All right,
we're not talking about that Week 3 matchup. We've moved on from that bad boy.
Lions.
Yes, Lions Township. If we run it back, okay, you were one heck of a tennis player, good at baseball and soccer as well, but that freshman year pep rally, the first jaw to drop was none other than Kurt Weinberg, head football coach. Do you allow yourself to think back to that moment on what if you didn't step up at that pep rally? It was a kicking competition. I dropped the lead there. It was a kicking competition.
Yeah, I do. I've had some time to kind of look back on it and think over the years, what if that hadn't happened? And, where would I be now? And the answer to that is I don't know. So luckily it did.
So when Kurt approaches you, head football coach, you're playing tennis at the time and straight dominating on the tennis court. What is that conversation like? I mean, obviously he sees your natural ability.
Yeah, I mean, a little freshman at the time, tennis player, play a little basketball, and the head football coach, big guy, walks up to you, you're kind of intimidated. And he's like, hey man, you really got to think about coming out for the team. And at the time, I was like, I've never played football, never really had that much of an interest to. A lot of my friends played. That was pretty much the only thing I had in common. But at the time, I kind of just brushed it off and said, not right now.
And come junior year,
couple years rolled by. Now I have a lot of friends that are playing. My doubles partner at the time, Connor was the holder for the team. So he came out. He actually brought me a pair of cleats and said, hey man, let's kick a few, and then you can decide. And
the rest is history. So there's a lesson there to our friends at home to stay with it. When I spoke to Kurt, he said that your natural ability to just stay cool under pressure has been there from the jump. Is that something, Jake, where it's in the blood, or do you have to polish it every day to stay on top?
Yeah, I would say it's a good bit of both. I'd say naturally it kind of comes to me, but I would also say my tennis background has a lot to do with that. You're kind of just out there alone. You have no excuses. You have no one to push things off on. Everything's very, very mental as far as that goes. So I've been kind of trained to be doing that for a long time.
And staying with that, eliminating distractions, execution, good old-fashioned focus, that's been a point of emphasis here as you get ready for Green Bay. Lane Johnson telling us in the locker room after Sunday's loss that you guys as a team collectively played yourselves and you played the Detroit Lions. So what's the mindset? What's the collective mindset as you prepare for Green Bay?
Yeah, just brush it all off. Yeah. It's all in the past. We know the group that we have. We know, we know what we're capable of. And you see glimpses of it at times. We just need to kind of put it all together and just kind of put that in the past.
And on this day in 2017, you nailed a 61-yarder, not just any 61-yarder, the longest in NFL history by a rookie, franchise record. And oh, by the way, it was as time expired to give the Eagles the win over the Giants. What can you take from that? Because that started a 9-game winning streak. That momentum, how can that shift as it did in Week 3 in 2017, now in Week 4? What can you take from that?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, it's one of those moments that maybe provides a little spark and a little bit of energy that you need to kind of go on a little bit of a run. So, hopefully we have one of those moments soon. If not, we got the guys to push through and handle this adversity.
And that was your welcome to the NFL moment, wasn't it? Would you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Your dog, Wilford. Willie from Philly, as known as on Instagram. The unconditional love. We talked about it off camera a little bit here, but that's really what it's all about, right? Because he doesn't look at your field goal percentages. He doesn't know the win-loss column. What has that been like and impacted in your life and your game?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Growing up, I was always a big dog person. My fiance was as well. So we finally made the decision to pull the trigger, and we found an awesome pup.
A rescue. We love that. Good karma.
From Philly, just a couple blocks down from where I live. So that means a lot to us as well. So, but yeah, going home knowing he doesn't care what happened today, good or bad, it's always refreshing.
And you mentioned your fiance. You popped the question to your middle school crush over this summer.
Man, it's getting serious.
Hey, well, it is serious. Hello. You called it the best day of your life, but what about February 4th, 2018? How does that?
Yeah, it's a close second.
All right.
It's a close second.
Good answer, Annie's watching at home.
She's watching, yeah.
Good answer. What was that like? And you've set a date for about a month after Miami. March 2019.
Yeah, big things
March
happening.
2020,
Big things
excuse me.
happening. So I mean, we all have lives outside of football, and there's things that are important to us. So as long as we can keep those things intact, everything's good.
Amen. Well, I always appreciate your time, Jake. Thanks so
Absolutely.
much. That is One-on-One with Jake Elliott, presented by Bob's Discount Furniture.
Bob's.
My Bob's on social media.